Good morning, and welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show for this very early Thursday morning. O'Don here, your traffic jockey in the traffic center here on this early June the 16th of 2022. 7:02 now is our time. Let me just kind of adjust the microphone here. Yes, good morning, everybody. There we go. I think that sounds a little better. Welcome to this early Thursday, and I'm sure if you are up with us now watching that you are already hearing some of the thunder in parts of our area. So we've got weather going to affect the traffic commute here. You know, weather and traffic and weather always go together, as I always say. So that is certainly going to be a factor here for probably the next hour and a half or so. Now, speaking of the hour and a half mark, we're going to end here this morning at 8:30. I'm setting up for the show, the NJ On Air morning show begins at 9 o'clock. So we just have to change some settings on the computer and then dial in their system and just to make sure everything is good. And hopefully we don't lose any power because here in the Garden State starting to hear a little thunder and it's starting to get awfully dark out there. So hopefully the power remains with us. So with that said, let's tell you about we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch here this morning. Go ahead and leave us a comment, post up there, and make sure you subscribe, get the word out. Subscribe. The broadcast definitely helps us out here in the Tri-State Traffic Show Traffic Center. And I'm assuming that there will be no roofing work being done today, or maybe later on this afternoon. I'm not sure. But Jon Rocco has sent over the forecast, and I think we're going to start with a little bit of that weather. So you know what? Let's get right to it, shall we? Let me share the screen here. We're sponsored this half hour once again by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com is Ralph's website for some more information on the best ice cream shop around. All right, so let's go towards the radar here. This is about 10 minutes old, and we're just seeing some hearing some thunder here in central Jersey as well as North Jersey, just really in Morris County, Passaic, Bergen, pretty much most of the northern half of the state is covered in some sort of rain. It's only down the shore is really not, that's the only places we're not seeing anything as of yet, but it is moving this way, south and east. So I got a feeling this is going to be up next for your shore commute very, very shortly, in probably the next hour or so. Although these storms are moving, about 25, 30 miles per hour in that vicinity. So it's a wet start here, just some heavy deluges of rain. You're hearing some thunder, same thing across the borough of Queens, Brooklyn, parts of Nassau County, but eastern Suffolk so far in the dry zone. It's really up in towards the Hudson Valley. We're seeing a lot of heavy rain, Poughkeepsie down through Beacon, Newburgh, Middletown on 84, Goldens Bridge, and then southwestern Connecticut seeing some more light showers as well. So once again, that is what we're seeing. So again, be very, very careful. Alexandra, good morning to you, my friend. Yes, from East Rutherford. I think this is one of the days to go ahead and stay home instead of getting out in all this mess, having to deal with train platforms and all kinds of fun stuff in the rain. So welcome. Thank you so much for always being our first poster on YouTube. It's fantastic. Love it. So yeah, probably picked a good day to hopefully you're going to be at home. Just because you're in East Rutherford doesn't mean that you're working from home, but I'm hoping that's the case because today is, I would say, a work from home day if you can. All right, so we'll come off of the radar now because I got to close this out, and we're going to start actually in the city because there are some pretty decent issues here. And the first is that westbound Cross Bronx Expressway is all tied up here this morning, getting out towards the Major Deegan. I think hopefully I got the fan working the right way to cool off this computer here this morning, because I think that is my issue, is that the computer is getting too hot. If anybody out there in the comments, yeah, indeed, it is a work from home day. Absolutely. Kind of, can you imagine trying to do this even like 3 years ago, with all the technology and advancements? And, I think when we're forced into doing something, we get it done. So, so the work from home thing is certainly on the high list of priorities today with this weather. Who wants to drive in this, right? But for those who have to get out, then maybe it makes it for a little bit easier of a ride. So let's go to the city incident page here this morning. It's here. It says accident investigation on the Deegan heading west at the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. That is the biggest issue here this morning. And again, they're saying about 45 minutes there on that cross Bronx because of that. There are a couple of cameras there. We'll show you that. Well, you know what? We'll show it to you right now. So let's get right to it. We're going to go to the Bronx here this morning. Again, this has been out there for a couple of hours here at this point. So hopefully the work from home, maybe we'll grab us a few more viewers, right? That's what we want. And please, definitely, if you can, get the word out to everybody. Okay, so there it is. So it's right here. The two left lanes are shut, and this is on the approach to the upper level to the George Washington Bridge going back to New Jersey. One, if it's an investigation and you see the vehicle in front here, it just honestly, doing this as long as I have, it's usually not good news. And I guess you can read between the lines of where I'm going because we have nothing confirmed, but usually it's a serious situation if they've brought out the AI team here on the westbound cross Bronx. The issue traffic wise is that all of the commercial vehicles, trucks have to use the upper level. So they have to negotiate over to the far right and then come back to the far left in order to approach the upper level of the GWV. So now the traffic is backed up. We will go to the maps here this morning. Again, it's also affecting the inbound side because there's a lot of rubbernecking delays as you come off of the bridge. But look at this. We're all the way back through the interchange. That's how heavy this is. Southbound Bruckner obviously picking up all of the alternate volume. And here comes the rain. Wow. Blame it on the rain. Little Milli Vanilli, right? I wish I could play it. I can throw up a copyright strike. But we are a news program, though. But I don't think YouTube cares about that. So southbound of the Bruckner, obviously taking all of the alternate volume out of the interchange here in the eastern sections of the Bronx. But still, the problem is that when you come off of the ramp from the Deegan, you're merging in with all that heavy traffic that's going to the far right. That's going over to the far right there for that accident investigation. So, I just don't know. It's just a tough spot, unfortunately. That's we never like to see that in any capacity whatsoever, because we certainly know, again, reading between the lines, that something pretty bad happened early this morning. Let me show you the times here. It is not too, it just depends. For the morning rush hour, it's not so many times that these two numbers kind of almost match, but this morning it is. Again, I don't know where this 36 minutes is coming from, whether that's from the interchange or that's from Webster Avenue, Jerome Avenue, the Alexander Hamilton. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think it's back towards closer to Castle Hill Avenue or the Bronx River Parkway. So, so the inbound side, again, affecting traffic here coming, especially off the upper level, because everyone can see it with those left lanes there this morning, is tying the ride up almost an hour for the upper, lower about 40. It's slightly, about 10 minutes less just because you're on that right-hand side of the Trans-Manhattan Expressway as you get into the Deegan. So you're just maybe get a quick glance, unfortunately, but that's about it. A little less of a view per se than coming off the upper. About a half at the Lincoln and about 25 at the Holland Tunnel. So there are your travel times this morning for our Hudson River crossings. And let's just go back here. Let's go to the Bronx 9 box here. Again, this is really the biggest story throughout the area. I will check Connecticut and Hudson Valley in a moment. But look at this Bruckner. Wow. It is just literally a wall of traffic out to the Bronx River Parkway. That's going south. This is the westbound side or the southbound side of the Bruckner back to Castle Hill Avenue. This is the Bronx River Parkway at 174th. You really can't see much there. This is the westbound cross Bronx, the Bronx River. Northbound Deegan at Willis is just jammed. This is out by Webster Avenue, just absolutely hammered. I mean, there is just anywhere for anybody to go here this morning. This is the Deegan at 230th Street. That southbounders come towards us. Again, here is our area in question. So it looks like they may have moved the vehicle off to the far left now. So this vehicle, I was thinking if this moved out of the way, but still, that's a dangerous spot. I think this, I don't know. Look, I'm no cop, I'm no nothing, but just your traffic jockey here. But I almost feel like this vehicle should be back here because I just don't. I feel like see what's going to happen here. These tractor trailers. I mean, they're getting really close to these police vehicles. I mean, or maybe they're going to set up some sort of barrier or something like that, and then they got to go all the way over to the right. Hmm, that's a tough spot. It really is. You got to protect the police officers and emergency responders here, but yeah, that's a really tough spot this morning. Wow. All right. So we got a couple more comments here. So Anna, yes, good morning to you, my friend. Buenos dias. Thunder rumblings and rain just started in Homedale. Yes, it has. And making its way further north. Jonathan, welcome to the program. Jonathan Moore. My goodness, these thunderstorms are bad this morning. Yeah, it's the timing of all this is certainly not good. We welcome Jonathan to the program, one of our new viewers. Thank you so much, sir. The timing of all this certainly is very difficult for a morning commute, and especially here on the westbound Cross Bronx. And I'm going to leave this in real time. They keep moving the vehicles around. I have a feeling they want to get another lane open here. They're just going to move everybody over to the far left to facilitate this investigation, just to make it maybe a little bit easier for some of these vehicles to make their way to the upper level to the George Washington Bridge. Coming up on 7:15 now. We'll get a quick check of that forecast in just a couple of minutes, but I think we all know what the story is coming in from Jonathan and Anna saying about the rain coming down. So again, this is really one of the bigger stories here in the tri-state area is this westbound Cross Bronx. I would say probably from here to here, this is probably well over an hour plus, and the Bruckner is probably at least 45 plus minutes extra. So I'd say at least an hour to an hour and a half here, all the way around to the outbound George and the Bronx. I mean, if you're coming down from Westchester, you're better off going back to the Tappan Zee Bridge and coming back that way in towards New Jersey. I just think it's the better ride. And again, the inbound George is at least an hour now because of that rubbernecking delay coming off of the bridge here this morning. All right, so 7:14 now is our time. We're going to do a quick audit on the Jersey roads here quickly because we're going to hit the break here in about 30 seconds. Now they're saying there's a crash on the upper level to the George going into the city. So that's going to be part of that problem as well. 287 north at 24. We've got a lane down and then the crash on the Parkway north of in the area of 89C in Lakewood. Left shoulder is blocked. So let's go to this 287 problem. Let's just see if it's causing any issues here this morning. We know we have a camera here. Let's check that right out. Real time. Yeah, it's rain. There it is, down at the very bottom of the screen here. Let me see if I can blow this camera up just a little bit. Let's go down to here. So it's right in here. That left lane is shut down. So that left lane is closed there. So again, be real careful coming up towards the 24 interchange and exit 37. Let's go back to the maps. Let's just see what the delay, if any, is behind it. It's just a minor backup here this morning. Just a couple of minutes. So just stay to the right, and that'll get you past everything. It looked like that crash. Hopefully no one's injured again, but it looks like that crash is probably going to be out of the way momentarily. But you can see, as Jonathan is talking about the thunderstorm, same thing with Anna, traffic and weather always go together. And you can see the, extraordinary delays here along Route 280, eastbound 78 coming in through Summit out of Berkeley Heights, Summit in northwestern Union County on over towards Route 24. The Parkway both ways now with these showers making their way through Clark, Cranford, Union, Kenilworth, getting all the way up in towards Hillside here this morning. Then the Parkway just jammed all the way up in towards exit 150. and the turnpike busy from about south of 13 all the way up into 14. The area in Newark here is a little bit crazy as well, a little busy there. I'm going to keep my eye on Route 22 to see if there's any flooding that will possibly pop up here in the next few minutes. And then 287 in Edison is busy both ways there by Route 27. Southbound is busy out of Somerville, bound Brook. But again, Monmouth County here, as Anna had said, in Homedale, is beginning to start to see some of these showers. Southern Jersey, not a terrible ride other than our normal volume here on 55 and 42, and then 295 as well, coming up in towards that interchange with around exit 30, 31 or so. So again, weather and traffic always go together, and the weather kind of rules the deal here this morning. All right. So speaking of the weather, we will head over to our forecast provided by Mr. Jon Rocco. And obviously, we know what the story is here this morning: showers, thunderstorms all across the entire tri-state area. So certainly be very weather aware, please. These storms are moving at a fairly good clip. So, if you can maybe delay your commute by on average of maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour, I think you may be better instead of actually being out there on the road and having to pull over because of some of the heavier rain. So better be, better safe than sorry. So again, here I hear the thunder roars, right? And was that Garth Brooks? Was that Thunder? Is that the song? Anybody know in the comments? I think it was, right? So our temps here holding into the mid to upper 60s, has that muggy feel out there with the rain. That's from New Jersey for the 5 boroughs. Same thing, mid to upper 60s as well. Pretty much uniform across the board out towards Long Island, and then up towards the Hudson Valley, maybe slightly cooler into the lower 60s to start things off here in the 7 o'clock hour. And same thing with southwestern Connecticut, temps in towards the middle 60s as well. So here's John's forecast for today. We get rid of the showers and storms for this morning, and then mainly cloudy. Potential for possibly some more rain later on this afternoon. Looking at about 75 in Cape May, as well as 81 in Cherry Hill and 80 in Trenton. Again, today, showers and storms, they end by the afternoon, but we're left with this mostly cloudy condition for the rest of the day, with temperatures in the low to mid 70s further east and upper 70s to low 80s towards the western part of the region. Another round of showers and storms is expected during the overnight hours this evening. So again, keep that in mind. So we're in kind of an active weather pattern here for the next 48 hours or so. And then here's John's threats again for Friday. So isolated PM storms, some of those could be fairly heavy as well. And that is for tomorrow afternoon and evening. So we'll keep an eye on all of that. But so far, it looks like the weekend is shaping up to be a fairly nice one. We'll get to the 7-day forecast coming up at 7:45. All right. So with that said, let's go back to the action here this morning. And, things are just really starting to heat up out here because of the weather. As again, I'll reiterate that again for the 999th time, is the fact of the matter is that, traffic and weather always go together. And again, we're just seeing just a bacchanal of traffic out here this morning, just a lot of traffic. East on 80 is heavy from exits 27, 28 through 30 Howard Boulevard, getting in towards Rockaway. Southbound 15 is busy and out in Jefferson. And again, we're still cleaning up that crash north on 287 by Route 24. So let's come off of the cameras here. Let's do this. And we want to just widen that up just a little bit there so we can see it. So again, still dealing with all three of these. That Parkway crash there on the shoulder didn't seem like it was causing too much havoc here down in the Lakewood area, which is right in here. So yes, that's not a horrible ride. Let's check out a couple Parkway cameras here this morning. And, I know our friends like to see these cameras. Let's go down where Anna is here in Homedale. Let's see if the camera at 16 is not working. So there's kind of a live look. You're looking live at Homedale, New Jersey. Who said that? Not so much the Homedale, New Jersey part of it, but always started, the broadcast. You're looking live. Someone has to know about that one. There's kind of a cool story behind it too. So there it is. That's actually the art center. So just kind of ugly gray start. Doesn't look like a whole lot of rain is falling, just kind of a light annoyance type of drizzle, but sometimes that can be, more dangerous, if we'll put it in that terminology, than if it's a full blown on rain, because we got the oil out there, and it gets, oil and water don't mix, so it gets a little bit slippery. It doesn't take a whole lot for you to lose contact with the road. So again, drive carefully, slow it down. If you, like Alexandra said, it's a work from home day. If you're able, if that's your profession, your career, your job, if you're able to do that, maybe start the day off. And then if you have to go to the office after that, then, certainly do that. I can't imagine that camera's from today. There's no way. That's more like it. So this is the exit at 127. So yeah, just a little heavier rain activity here as you make your way into Middlesex County. Let's go to the tower cam. That'll probably give us a little better indication here. Yeah, it is just a gray, ugly start, wet, soggy, messy. This is all northbound coming towards us, coming off the Driscoll up to the Turnpike this morning. Let's see what it is in Clark here, over by 136. North is on the far left. That's just all rain-induced volume here this morning. Let's show the tower at Union. Yeah, just an ugly start with the rain. You see the water trails on the vehicles here, even 78. So people are doing the right thing, slowing things down. That's what you want to do. But, it's not going to be one of those mornings where you got to rush out of the house and, think you're going to make it there on time. So this is the Parkway at 144, getting into 145 is just slammed with traffic. We're going to go here around the curve at 147. Fairly busy, obviously, as it always is in both directions. A little heavier rain here now falling. Let's go into Bloomfield. Look at that. Oof, that is ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Yes, indeed. Wow, just not what you want to see at 7:24 in the morning is all of this. Hopefully this rain is out of the way, because I gotta get out of the traffic center right at 10 o'clock. Going for the annual physical. It's always a fun time. So I don't pass out in the office. Oh, I just hate the blood work. Ugh. Not my favorite, but it's got to be done, right? So you deal with it. This is the Parkway Paramus. The rain here, not as heavy as what we saw there in the Bloomfield area. And then let's go all the way up to Pascack Valley. So yeah, again, we're seeing showers, but it's not. Yeah, well, it's a little heavier here up towards the toll plaza there. All right, so we kind of give you the grand tour of the Garden State Parkway at this point. Let's head up to let me just take a quick couple peeks of the Turnpike, shall we? It's just a little easier to use their site. We'll start here down by Interchange 1, and this is more than likely what we're going to see is fairly dry. That actually looks like there may be some peaks of sun peeking through the clouds there. Surprisingly, let's bring it up towards 7A. Again, a gray start with some of our, it's not raining as heavily here in this section of Mercer County, southern Middlesex County, right on the border. Let's go out towards 9 for Route 18. Again, just a sloppy starting. And the further north we go, as we saw the radar there, it just starts to become a lot messier here this morning. Ooh, that's ugly here in the Linden, Newark area, north of 13. Oof, oh boy. And envy anyone sitting in this. Just a mess. Just ugly weather conditions. This is south of 14. You can see that heavy northbound traffic here on the far left coming towards us. Just a solid ride. Getting all the way up in towards the western and eastern spurs of the Turnpike. All right, so let's come off of the cameras here. Let's retire that for now. Let's take a look at NJ Transit, see if there's any weather-related issues. Cross our fingers. Yeah, nothing so far. So that's good news. Everything is in good shape across the board there. Let's check in with my friends at Path. See what the deal is here this morning. At Hoboken, elevator is back in service, so that's really the only major problem there. Let's go back to the maps here this morning, and it's just, let's go back to the radar. I wish there was a way I could split screen this here. I don't think there is with my program that I have. No, it's not going to happen. Computer is well, I think we're doing okay here so far. Um, so there's the showers. Again, this is about 8 minutes old or so. It's 7:19, and again, it's just a lot of just steady rain coming down here this morning. You know what? I'm going to play this. This is from our friends at the National Weather Service. I just want to see how this is tracking. Looks like it's kind of sweeping down from the north, going south, kind of a southeasterly direction. So let's just see here 620, 630, 640, 651, 7, 709, 719. So again, most of Monmouth and Ocean County, you're going to get fairly soaked here very shortly as we have this radar in motion. So now we're seeing the rain over sweeping 5 boroughs and in towards now creeping in towards western Suffolk County, southwestern Connecticut. Hudson Valley really taking a lot of water here this morning. That is really quite a bit of water up there. We'll just widen up the map. And I would suspect that as these storms are moving through this rain, I would think within the next, 2 hours or so, I would think that most of this is probably going to be heading off to the east into the water. But, don't quote me on the time. But again, this is what we're dealing with this with these showers this morning. Um, so yeah, so now we're starting to see Nassau County and the 5 boroughs obviously getting a little soggy. Speaking of that, let's go to the Long Island incident page now. Didn't mean to leave our friends out there. Just that city crash in the Cross Bronx is a major problem. We got some delays here. We got an incident in Northern State West at the LIE. Shoulder is out of service there. Misplaced tractor trailer on the Wantagh between Old Country Road and Brush Hollow Road. One lane may be closed, and then 107 is closed here both ways between Fruitledge Road and Wheatley Road and Oyster Bay. All lanes are closed there. Let's go to the cameras here. We'll do a reset at 7:30. Very quick reset because things are really jumping off the maps here this morning. Let's go towards that Wantagh Parkway. And it's right in here. Let's just see if we see anything. No. Prospect Avenue. I don't see anything there. Unless that's it in the distance. Yeah. It's right in here. But I don't think so. I think there's just, all the lanes are open, I see, but I don't see any police activity or anything going on with the tractor trailer. Okay, so what we're going to do is very quickly, let me bring myself back on camera. I think it's kind of helping out with our heating issues here this morning. Welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show here on this soggy Thursday. Welcome to the broadcast for this June 16th, 2022. O'Donnell, your traffic jockey here in the driver's seat for you, giving you the latest updates around the area. And this half hour is sponsored by Travels with Darley. You can watch our program on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonderum, as well as on Ovation TV's Journey. And you can follow her at her website, darley-newman.com. She has a brand new program on the city of Newark, and that is going to be on NJPBS. So we thank Darley for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. Again, little housekeeping note. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch this morning. Go ahead and leave a comment and join Jonathan, Anna, and Alexander and myself here so far that have commented. We got a lot more people watching besides our friends there. But if you can, go ahead and like and subscribe the show. Certainly going to help matters out here in the traffic and weather centers, and I'm sure Johnny Rocco will appreciate that as well. I'll have another check of your forecast here in about 15 minutes. Although we showed you the radar, we kind of all know what the deal is here at this point. Is the situation with the weather is really kind of wreaking havoc across the area here. Just the timing of all this is just not good, as we can certainly see from some of the cameras across the entire region. So with that said, let's go back to the action here this morning. And the other housekeeping note is that we'll be ending in at 8:30 because I have the other morning show that I'm doing NJ on air. I'll show you the website and how to watch the program at 9 o'clock. We are live with meteorologist Mike Favetta, Cara DeFalco, and Christina Bear, and myself joining you for some fun and all the happenings around the Garden State. That's coming up at 9 a.m. So I just need to just kind of set some things up here for them for that show. Just set up the computer and so forth. Just want to give myself some time there. So again, 8:30 we'll be ending the broadcast here this morning. All right. So with that said, we're out on Long Island, and let's go to the maps here, and we'll just show you the deal here. First, let's start out on the east end, and still some delays because it still hasn't started to rain out here through Hampton Bays and Southampton this morning. Just gonna grab a water. That's refreshing. Oh, east along 24 and Riverhead. That's a little busy. I got nothing really. I got nothing. Um, West on the LIE, we're fine until you get out to Vets Highway. Normal drill there into 111 out to the Sandy Coast Parkway into Deer Park Avenue. And then we're kind of connecting the dots here because I think more of that rain is starting to sweep in here on the Nassau Suffolk County borders. So I think, it's just weather related delays are beginning to mount. So we're going to kind of connect the dots there into 135 out by exit 44 or so. And then some more delays west of 41. We'll go 41 to 39, a little heavier out the Shelter Rock Road. Northern State is busy here at the Wantagh out of South Oyster Bay Road. The Meadowbrook is seeing a ton of traffic. I think a lot of that was coming off the southern with that misplaced tractor trailer on the Wantagh out by Old Country Road. The VMS signs. Inform does a great job with putting up signs in certain key locations. So I think they had them on the Southern State Parkway right in this area. So that's why people, I think, bailed out to the Meadowbrook instead of continuing on to the Wantagh where they normally would end up. Just because they weren't sure what the situation was with that misplaced tractor trailer. But then both ways at the Southern from 17 over to 22, and then heavy from 24 on over towards 28. And then further west of that is westbound traffic on the Southern 109 in towards 135. Sunrise Highway, that is going to be in pretty good shape. That's your situation out on Long Island. Let's go to where do we want to go, Smitty? We want to go here to Connecticut now. And I apologize for getting to Connecticut so late. I want to leave my great Connecticut viewers hanging here by a thread, but just so much going on here first in that section of the city and New Jersey. So let's just here 421. Southbound ramp to 95 north is shut in Bridgeport with an overturned tractor trailer in the 8 and 25. Not good. And then we got delays from 26 to 13 and then 9 to 5. Merritt 4835. So that first area in question as we jump across the sound. And I want to take a look at this LIE here because there may be a little bit of standing water because that really got bright red in quite a bit of a hurry. So it's right in here. It's this ramp to the northbound side. If it was to the southbound side, it would be a bigger deal. But to the northbound side, not to say it's not a big deal, but again, that's our general flow of traffic, obviously, in southwestern Connecticut. So again, there are your delays in 95. And again, some of this is weather related as well, getting to Route 7. We're going to push it all the way down to like 35 or so, 34. Again, it's just a mess of traffic. Let's go here to the cameras. Let me see if I can find the 8 and 25. There is a camera, again, just a spot check, just just rainy, messy, ugly morning to be traveling out and about here throughout the Greenwich area. Stamford, just a parking lot here, exits 9 into 8 over to 7. Then we continue further north. There's got to be a way I can reverse these cameras. And I think I see it. Let's just see here. Could be. Maybe we find this out in real time. What did I do here? No, I don't. That didn't work. That's not what I want. That is not what I want. Mile marker. Maybe that's what we want to do. Let's just see if we can do that here this morning. Hey now, hey now. And we want to reverse that. So we want to start north and go south. Okay, so I got it, but now I'm way up in Groton at exit 86. So that's not where we want to be, is all the way up here. But it will be down in here is probably where we want to start. That's Brantford, and that's coming down. So at least the cameras are coming down. That's the way we want it. And you can see this section of up towards New Haven is dry. So the showers haven't made their way there just yet. This will make things easier for my spot audit. This is by exit 40. So we're coming down into our area. This is Milford. So we're still dry here at 40, 39B. This is 38. And also still dry here out through the Milford Parkway and out through Plains Road. All right. So now we're in business here this morning. I wonder if there's a way I can just set up where we want. But anyway, this is great. At 35, we're still dry. In towards 32, roadways are still fairly dry. In towards 31, this is where the rain is starting to start in this section of Stratford by exit 31 south. This is out at exit 30. You can see a soggy ride here on 95. This is at exit 28. I have a feeling that this may be the ramp. Is that the ramp from let's click on this here. Click on the image to view this camera at a higher refresh rate. Okay, well, nothing's happening. I feel like this may be the ramp to 95 north because we're on 95. So that could be from the 1825 there with that flipped over tractor trailer is what's in question. So let's go continue on now through Bridgeport. It's just a soggy start in towards Fairfield. This is the 24 down through 22 into the Fairfield rest area. It's steady, heavy moving traffic there through 21. And then we continue further south of that out by 19. Looks like the rain maybe has shut off just a little bit here through 18. And then just a heavy push out by the Sherwood Island connector, continuing out towards 15. Show you that as well. This is through 18. Yeah, these cameras here, it really looks like the traffic is, the weather is kind of shut off as far as a rain is concerned, but roadways are wet. This is by 16. Wow, that is just a parking lot getting into East Avenue. And then further south of that, as you see it here, where I want to go, through Darien, 15 out by the rest areas, just a parking lot of traffic, as you can see. And then we'll finish up. So we got to go pages 6 through 10 is what we're looking at here. Look at this. Look at all of that. You just wonder where everyone is going. Where is everybody going this morning? And this is out through about exit 8. So lots of traffic there. That camera's out. And then it kind of doesn't really ease up until you get out to exit 5. All right, so that is Connecticut this morning. Let's jump over to the MTA. We'll check out Metro North and Long Island Railroad and the subways, see if there's any delays there. So we have some delays on the R train. I may wait a little longer for the R train, running as much service as we can with the train crews we have available. Okay, good to know. Check out Metro North, Honor Close, Long Island Railroad. We are good. Again, the planned substitute busing. This should be the final day unless they've extended it. No, it's until today between Ronkonkoma and Greenport. So just something to keep in the back of your mind with that. Let's go back to the maps now. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go to the incident page here, not the city. That's not what I want. Well, while we're here, double check. So it's the George Washington Bridge stuff, and the southbound or the westbound cross Bronx is the area in question. Let's go to the Hudson Valley incident page. That's what I wanted. We will spin it over to the Rip Van Winkle Bridge. High wind with lightweight, high profile vehicle restrictions. Oh, okay. Interesting. Up in Columbia County. Very interesting. North on the Palisades, the ramp to Route 6 and exit 18. Everything is shut there. That was from very early this morning. Springbrook, as we head northbound by 100C in Greenberg, that came in about 30 minutes ago. Route 9 in Dutchess, south of Delafield Street in Poughkeepsie. A lane is out there. Up in Sullivan County, Route 97, some flooding there. Again, the Hudson Valley looks like it took the brunt of a lot of the heavier shower activity here in the last 2 hours or so. So let's go back to the maps, shall we? We'll come back over towards Lower Westchester. So far, so good with any kind of flooding issues on the Bronx River Parkway, Taconic, Sawmill, Springbrook. I mean, usually those roads seem like they go underwater fairly quickly. Here's the Hutch is a fairly busy ride getting up towards the Eastchester area, just to see if anything is going on here over by Mill Road. I don't see anything other than just some volume both ways here. Across county is heavy. Out by the Hutch and on over towards the Bronx River Parkway, and then the southbound Sawmill is jammed getting onto the Henry Hudson. The thruway straight out of Yonkers all the way down to the Cross Bronx is just a long line of traffic. East along 287 picking up more volume from exits about 2 through about 6 or so. Then it clears out, getting out to the New England Thruway. Tappan Zee Bridge is an ugly start here this morning. South on the Thruway is heavy from 14 all the way to the bridge. Southbound Palisades is fairly crowded, getting out towards interchange 10 or so, exit 10, I should say, just before the Thruway. And we will continue over towards Orange County now. Thruway, okay. Again, roadways are extremely wet up here at the Beacon Bridge, 84, all the way out through the Port Jervis area, Route 6, 17. And then we'll make our way over towards Dutchess County, 84, Route 6. Again, so far, so good. This whole Brewster 684, just this whole thing is just a mess of traffic. I would say you got to leave at least an extra half an hour here. I mean, there is just a ton of traffic coming across this entire area here this morning. So 684 just buried in traffic right out of 84 through Croton Falls, Purdy's down through Golden's Bridge. Doesn't really ease up until you get out south of Route 22 in Katona, and then coming in from Connecticut westbound 84 is also a mess as you cross in towards 684. All right, so it's a pretty busy Westchester area here this morning. I'm going to leave the maps here in New Jersey because we're going to get back to that in just a quick moment. But let's go back to our weather forecast brought to you by Mr. Jon Rocco. Thank him very much for the forecast here this morning. You can follow him on Twitter at Jon Rocco WX. And also on his Facebook page as well. He has a Facebook page, yes, sir. As everybody in the entire world has it, a Facebook page. But okay, so now what we're going to do is we obviously know it's raining. This is the morning commute. This is what we're dealing with for the rest of this broadcast, is that there's going to be some significant rain falling throughout the area. I'm going to bring back in the radar courtesy of our friends at the National Weather Service. This is about 7-8 minutes old or so. But again, you can see now the heavier showers coming through the city here at this point, especially along the Belt Parkway, out by the airport, Cross Bay Boulevard, also the Grand Central down here through St. John's. I'm going to see if there's any flooding in this area because this goes underwater. If you take a garden hose out there, it just seems to flood. LIE, that's why I think this is all as heavy as it is, as we saw with the maps, with the red out there. Now, again, parts of the island seeing some more rain. This blue here doesn't look like it's really, if it's even hitting the ground at all. It's just some of the returns from that high-res radar. But as you can see, the east end is the only spot that's dry as far as there's no precip at all. Some heavier showers here in Trumbull in the Bridgeport area. But again, you can see most of Westchester is seeing the brunt of Westchester, Dutchess, Hudson Valley, this whole area up in here is seeing the brunt of our heavier showery activity this morning. New Jersey, we're seeing some just steady rain here, steady light rain. Coming through Patterson, Wyckoff, Franklin Lakes, Kinnelon, Butler, Pompton Lakes, along 287, 80, the Hudson River crossings are getting soaked now. It's maybe starting to loosen up a little bit in the Sayreville, Spotswood, Edison areas as far as the actual precip coming down. Anna down here in Homedale, she's about ready to get hit with some heavier rain here momentarily. And also down through Mount Holly now along 295, 55, that whole interchange where we always see traffic. We'll check in with that in a minute, but you can see just a crush of traffic here. I mean, a rain through Bristol and Burlington over towards Bordentown, Willingsboro, and it's going south and east. So it's going to come down through this area, eventually make its way out to Long Beach Island. I think right now the only spot really that's not getting any kind of showery activity is Barnegat, Long Beach Island, and the outer areas of the shoreline there, and Atlantic City starting to pick up maybe some lighter showers as well. Even Cape May getting into the action here. Avalon, Wildwood, Stone Harbor, down through Cape May, down to the point there. Even Tuckahoe was starting to see some more moderate rain falling. So again, this is the deal here, and we thank our friends at the National Weather Service for the radar here this morning. All right, so let's go back to John's forecast. Again, we're just going to take a look at some of these temperatures into the mid-60s here in New Jersey. Same thing here in towards the 5 boroughs. So we're consistently holding into the mid-60s. Obviously, with the rain, there's not a whole lot of sun to warm anything up at this point. All the way out to the island as well, 66, 68 on average here in Islip, Farmingville, and Shirley. On over to the Hudson Valley now, up to the lower 60s to mid 60s here in Yonkers, and pretty much the numbers pretty much uniform between 7 and 8 o'clock here now. 60 lower 60s to upper 60s this morning. So John is saying that the morning showers and storms will come to an end sometime early this afternoon, then mainly cloudy. There may be a potential for a little showery activity later on today, but temperatures a little bit cooler than what they were on yesterday, or right around the same temperature mark. 75 in Central Park, 77 in Freehold, and 80 in Trenton. Let's go to the weather threats again with the morning showers, as we already know. Isolated thunderstorms for tomorrow, so you got to be careful there. Could be a little soggy. And then once we clear out of that, here's your exclusive 7-day forecast for the tri-state area. 77 as a high for today, but tomorrow is going to be a scorcher up towards the lower 90s in certain places. And again, when that superheated air cooks that atmosphere, and certainly stirs up the pot here for some thunderstorms possible. So tomorrow evening we could have some early fireworks before 4th of July coming up in about 2.5 weeks or so. But then what that is doing, I think what it's going to really do here is kind of sanitize the air. And look at the Saturday temperature, only 73. So it almost feels like September. Boy, that's just picture perfect if the humidity holds out there. And then 77 for Father's Day, just a gem in 10 day. Same thing on Monday at 80 degrees. And our next chance of showers is on Thursday at 77. And then we warm up again into the lower 80s for Wednesday. So we thank John for the forecast here this morning. So now we'll talk to you about Travels with Darley. She is our proud sponsor of this half hour of the Tri-State Traffic Show. If you're unfamiliar with Darley's program, there she is, my friend Darley Newman. You can find her on Amazon Prime, PBS Create, Wonderum, and Ovation TV's Journey. And you can find more information on Darley at darley-newman.com. She goes all around the world showing you the best places to visit, vacation, or just as an educational type trip, or just a bucket list type trip. All the greatest places to eat and drink and have just a great time, adventure, hiking, biking, horseback riding, all kinds of fun stuff there with Travels with Darley. And if you are unfamiliar with Darley's program, let's show you a little clip from season 3 of Travels with Darley.
From driving one of the most famous highways in America,
get your kicks on Route 66.
to exploring uncharted natural places in Wyoming and Martinique.
In Rio de Janeiro, they have Copacabana. Los Angeles, they have Venice Beach. And Martinique, you have Les Salines.
And we came to the right place.
Exactly, yes.
The next season of Travels with Darley brings you the familiar and fascinating.
People ski here.
People do ski that amazingly.
They're like human clay.
Human clay.
Join me and charming local friends.
Great job. You're hired.
I could come intern here. And it all started right here
It
in
all
Ottawa.
started right here in little old Ottawa.
We welcomed Jerry Seinfeld and David Copperfield and Kenny Rogers and Jay Leno. And
A lot of talent has come through here. A lot of magic at this theater.
right where we're standing, the magic happened.
As we explore Wyoming, Illinois, the French Caribbean, and Hong Kong. on a brand new season.
Cheers.
So that's just a little slice of what Travels with Darley has to offer. Again, you can watch her on PBS Create as well as Amazon Prime, Wonderum, and Ovation TV's Journey. And she has this new program, I should say, on NJPBS called Look Up with Darley. Get the name right. Look Up with Darley. It's all about architecture in historical areas, and also shows you some of the best places in the city of Newark. Again, in the city of Newark, and I've lived in New Jersey all my life, and there's a couple things that I didn't even know, especially on Newark Liberty Airport. Obviously, being the transportation guy, certainly is very interesting, fascinating. Little piece of history that's there, that's kind of a hidden gem that not many people know, and I certainly didn't know it even existed. So again, that's on NJPBS. That is check your local listings for date and time, kind of a thing. So hopefully it'll be rebroadcast a couple of different times over the next couple of weeks or so. I know she's working on part 2 of that program, so hopefully we'll see that sometime this summer. But again, that's Travels with Darley, and you can get more information about Darley at her website, darley-newman.com. All right. So with that said, let's get back to the action. And there is quite a bit of it here this morning. We'll go back in towards New Jersey here at 7:53. Again, just a programming note. We are only going to 8:30 here this morning. I am on the NJ Morning Show. NJ On Air. So thrilled and excited to be with fine folks at NJ On Air. So I'll be doing traffic beginning at 9 o'clock with Cara DeFalco, Christina Bear, and meteorologist Mike Favetta. Mike Favetta's got just the greatest home setup for broadcasting. It's fantastic. And it's only going to get better because he's completely rebuilding. He's on temporary quarters at this point until he gets some things set up. So I can only imagine what the new set is going to look like. It's going to be fantastic. All right, so I digress for the first time. Well, it took me only 54 minutes into the show to digress, right? We got a crash here in 295 south at exit 56. So the shoulder is closed there. Also, a vehicle off the roadway in the Parkway, local lane south of the Cheesequake rest area, or the Bon Jovi rest area in Sayreville. So that is kind of tying up the ride just a little bit. So again, a lot of this is weather now. So we're seeing 80 east is heavy out of Roxbury through Wharton and Dover into Rockaway, going east of exit 28 all the way out through, all the way out to exit 42 or so. South on 15 is a crowded ride in towards the Franklin area. Not Franklin, Jefferson, I should say. I was thinking Franklin. William Ells will show you up here as well. 15 is good in Sparta. Branchville. 94 is fine. 23 Sussex. Again, just a lot of water up this way as well. So again, be mindful, be really careful. South on 287, I think we have a new crash here this morning just south of 202 into Waco. Getting south of exit 47 this morning, so look for that. 287 is busy heading north through Hanover out by Route 10. All of 24 is just a big old mess here from the mall at Short Hills, getting all the way up into Columbia Turnpike out through Florham Park. And then we've got some delays here in the Chatham area along Main Street out by Kings here this morning. So just a lot of volume there as well. Go over towards North Jersey, and then 208 is just getting hit hard here. Wow, there's a ton of traffic. Looks like we have an accident here north along 208 just before Goffle Road. So that's tying things up almost back towards Fairlawn Avenue, Merlot Avenue. No, Fairlawn Avenue. There we go. I was just up that way the other day, and they were doing road work that really messed the ride up. But that's a crash. So that southbound side is back towards Cedar Hill Avenue, I should say. So be mindful of that. Along 17, both ways here in Paramus is a fairly crowded ride. What else is new there? 80 is just a mess here out through Woodland Park, Union Boulevard, coming out of Fairfield in towards about exit 52, Two Bridges Road through Route 23, and then further out from 55 all the way out to about exit 58, Madison Avenue. Westbound is heavy west of the Parkway. Parkway through 160 is a little busy because of that long-term construction. Again, I was up that way earlier in the week, and it is a mess through this stretch. They're redoing that center concrete median So their lanes are all over the place, and it's just a tough ride. 17 both ways at Essex Street and Lodi is busy. Eastbound 3 straight from the Parkway all the way out to Route 17. That's heavy. Again, this is all weather-related stuff. And then both ways, the Parkway is just a mess. From 150 all the way to 145. And then we're going to go both ways through Irvington. That northbound side is just getting hit hard. So is 78 going west in the Union area. Eastbound 22, we're seeing more traffic as well. As we get out towards Mountainside into Springfield this morning, Parkway is heavy straight from Clark all the way up into basically the Union area. Hopefully this eases out. Hopefully it eases out here in the next 2 hours, because I gotta go for my physical this morning. So yeah, run and gun, right? We will go to 287 right off of 440 in Edison, and heavier. We're going to connect the dots here, going all the way out to exit 10. Again, this is all weather related, folks. This is, nothing reported as far as accidents are concerned. Now we're starting to see some more delays here on the Parkway coming up into Toms River. And again, I think this is all weather related as well. Between exits 80, 81 up through 82, and then further up the line through Brick from 89 up to just south of 91. We're seeing that here this morning. What is this? Police department activity on 12th Street northbound at Jersey Avenue. All lanes are open. Okay, so the situation there. Let's take a look at see if some of these cameras work here along. Let's go over towards Route 80. Do a little spot check here this morning. I don't understand why they don't populate these. The whole list doesn't come up in here. So 80, and let's check it out through Warren County first. See what we see, and we don't see a thing because the cameras don't work. And you know what? Let me just make this a little bit smaller. Can't see the pages here, so we'll show it to you here in Parsippany this morning. This is out by 202. That's a soggy ride. That's east on the far left. I hope you can see that. I think you can. It's easier for me to navigate the cameras. This is out by 287. Again, just a sloppy, ugly ride. This is through Two Bridges Road and exit 52. Look at that long line of traffic heading east. Wow, that is a lot of traffic here at 23. Hopefully, get a better camera. I think we had better pictures from the moon in 69. This is out by 55 in Union Boulevard, and just a mess of traffic into Squirrelwood Road here in Woodland Park. And that's out by exit 56, but I can't show it to you because the camera doesn't work. All right, so this is something new here. This is going east at Route 19, some sort of police activity. Well, we got 3, I'm assuming they're state trooper vehicles, but not sure. So I think that's kind of tying the ride up just a bit as well. And obviously the rain certainly not helping matters out greatly here at the top of the 8 o'clock hour, and the camera at the Garden State Parkway is not working. We'll show you one more here at 17. That actually is moving fairly well. All right, friends. So it is now exactly 8 a.m. here this morning, and welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show at 8 a.m. here on the beautiful East Coast of the great United States of America. For our worldwide viewers, right, maybe watching the replay, we are in the Tri-State area. I'm Jon, your traffic jockey here in the driver's seat, getting you through the morning commute for our great friends and viewers here in the New Jersey, New York City, Long Island, Hudson Valley, and Connecticut areas. That is the areas that we cover. Would love to try to extend the show even further out, maybe do a little LA traffic, after we finish up at 9 o'clock. It's only 6 o'clock their time, but we'll see how things progress here with this program. Welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. We're on YouTube, Facebook, as well as on Twitch. Go ahead and leave a comment, as we saw several comments here this morning. Please just let us know where you're watching us from, and thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast. Please like, subscribe. The whole YouTube social media situation, that would help us out greatly here in the Tri-State Traffic Flow Traffic Center. All right, and John is going to check our last and final check. The reason I say last and final check is because we're in the early again at 8:30. I am now part of the morning show for NJ On Air, which I think is going to be just a huge, huge player here coming soon to a television near you. What is that? For local news here in New Jersey. So, that's round 4 of things, but we're looking at some really amazing and big things to come. So stay tuned, as they say. I will certainly let you know any information that I can pass along in the coming months. But I think very, very soon things are going to get really, really cool. So I will let you know about that. But nonetheless, I just have to set up, let the computer cool down for a few minutes, and then reconnect with their servers there. We will be ending at 8:30 now in less than about a half an hour's time. So again, we thank you so much for watching us. Again, traffic and weather always go together. Weather is really ruling the roads here this morning. And this half hour is sponsored by, we thank Darley for the sponsorship of that half hour, Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com is the best place to go ahead and get any and all information for Ralph over in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. So now I'm going to put us back to full screen here because I'm seeing the lip sync thing is not really playing too nicely here this morning. So I'm going to get the new computer here soon. Wish somebody help me. I just need some help trying to figure out whether I get a PC or a Mac. I want to stay with the Mac, but I don't know. So I think the Mac, the M1 Mini will do what I need to do, but I'm kind of caught in between the between the M1 and the M2 chips or whatever. That's just the whole thing. You know, I was hoping that Apple would have released the M2 Mac Mini, but maybe we'll get some sort of release sooner than later. I'm not sure, but anyway, I digress for the 990th time. We'll show you Route 3 here over by Route 21. Again, this is just some spot checks here. Again, just some light, annoying type rain here over by Route 21 this morning. So again, just ugly, just awful morning to be out and about. Let's head to 29 for our friends heading into the State House here this morning. You can see it's a slow go getting into the Trenton Tunnel. What else is new there? And it would be nice if they left the cameras on for more than 2.5 seconds. Well, can't whatever. So no video there. All right, so we're not going to get anywhere near that. Let's go to let's just try 35 here. Let's see what we got. 35 Broadway. This is coming out of Point Pleasant into Brielle this morning. Again, just a gray start with some light rain falling. Certainly not the greatest of mornings out there. This is 36 of 35 interchange out by the Monmouth Mall. So that's the drill there. This is in the Cliffwood Beach section between Middlesex and Monmouth counties this morning. So, just our regular drill. That's southbound heading away, and these roadways are wet. So you got to leave some additional travel time. I wanted to go back to 287. Let me just see if that camera out by exit 47 is in operation. It'd be one of these here just to see if we see anything. No, I don't see the Intervale Road. I don't see anything there, and those cars are going a lot slower than what that is projecting here this morning. Let's go back to the incident list because this is probably going to be the last time we'll be able to hit New Jersey here this morning. So south at 45. Okay, so that's where that crash is here. One left lane is shut. Again, the 295 issue this morning, and then the Parkway coming into Cheesequake is a little slow because of that crash. All right, so let's go quickly back to the maps here this morning. 195 is moving fine, and then 52, 45, 42, I should say. Awfully busy, this whole area of 295 because a lot of heavy rain has just come through. They're coming through this area in this section here between the Aljo curve up into about exit 33 or so. Again, through Haddon Heights, just a mess of traffic in either direction. It's just a lot of volume here this morning. You know what? Let me see if I can bring up a couple of those cameras on 295 as we see it now. This is at the Aljo curve, south of the curve. And you can see it is just a sloppy go here this morning. Let's go to 168. See if this camera is working here. Yeah, just a heavy ride through Haddon Heights. Not much you can do with the weather here this morning. Yeah, just a lot of volume. A lot of it is all just weather related. All right, so we are going to essentially retire New Jersey here for the morning because again we're only going to 8:30 now. Morris and Essex line, we're picking up some delays there from 8:20 from Summit is canceled, mechanical issues, and just a different same time, different train number. 8:11, and that's canceled from Trenton. Take the 8:26 from Trenton. I mean, you wonder how many, unless you're a real transit geek, how many people actually know the train numbers. I'm sure that there's some, but I would be hard pressed that that is in the majority there. Path trains, let's give you the rundown here this morning. Nothing going on there, so that's good news. We'll take a check of SEPTA. We will go here to the rails, Trenton area. Let's see, inbound train 9746 on the move, 20-minute delays due to Amtrak switching issues near Levittown. Okay. So look for that. Where do we want to go next? Come on, Smitty. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? What are we doing? We'll go to the New York City incident page. That's right. So 8:08 is our time. Rain falling pretty much now throughout our entire viewing area. Westbound Major Deegan still is that issue there. We want to go to the Bronx cameras, shall we? We're going to do the 9-box cameras here for the city, our city sweep here this morning at 8:08. We got another check of that radar and the forecast coming up in less than about 5 minutes or so. So there is southbound Bruckner at Castle Hill picking up all that alternate volume this morning. You know what? Let's just do this because I'm going to start with the issues here on the Cross Bronx. Come on. There we go. All right. So here it is. We've got the left lane shut down, and there is the vehicle that was involved in this crash early this morning. So not quite sure maybe what else they're waiting for. And I don't want to speculate because we don't want to do that. But yeah. So again, this is what we're dealing with here. This is the westbound Cross Bronx. This is just before the upper level to the George. The problem is all these tractor trailers have to negotiate around this police cruiser here this morning. So yeah, so that is definitely a stiff ride getting out to the George Washington. Is probably about 90 minutes or so, I'd say. We'll go to the maps in a minute, but here's the Deegan both ways at 2:30, 2:32 on the Henry Hudson. That is fine. This is the westbound Cross Bronx at the Bronx River Parkway. This is out by Webster Avenue. You can see that is absolutely hammered here going west. This is the Deegan going north at Willis because that's a lot of the alternate volume, especially coming off the Bruckner. Look at this. I mean, there is no room to move at all at the Bronx River Parkway, all the way back to Castle Avenue. And there's the Bronx River Parkway at 174th. You know, let me just bring up the Bronx map because I want to show you that here this morning. And again, it is definitely a work from home day. Our comment section is up and running now. Please go ahead and leave a comment. We'll put you on the broadcast. Look at this. I mean, this has got to be well over an hour and a half or so. I mean, it is just an absolute disaster of traffic. And this is obviously the alternates on the Bruckner coming down to the Deegan. They're going to connect the dots all the way up into that Cross Bronx. You can see the Bronx River Parkway is heavy getting all the way out towards Soundview because these folks are not going to bail out to the westbound Cross Bronx. They're trying to come down to the Bruckner, trying to save a little time. I don't think you're going to here this morning. And the Deegan is heavy straight out of Yonkers on over towards the George Washington Bridge. All right. So with that said, I want to let's go to the Hudson River crossings now. We'll show you what our travel times are here this morning. And looking at well over an hour for the upper. Inbound to the city, 40 for the lower, about 35 at the Lincoln, 35 at the Holland. And again, I don't know where this travel time is 19, but that's certainly not what I'm seeing here. So that's way, like I said, at least 90 plus minutes out of the interchange here. There's no question about that. I mean, it's just barely moving because of that situation right before the bridge. Let's go back to the 9 boxes here because I kind of like this. Kind of gives you a nice snapshot. We'll go back to Staten Island, and we'll check out the ride. When we had those showers come through, just an ugly start. Look at this getting out of the Verrazano, barely even moving now. This is the northbound West Shore. Out at Bloomfield Avenue, Highland at Arden Avenue. Again, just a gray, ugly start. Highland at Midland, Outer Bridge Crossing to New Jersey. You see those gray clouds there. Staten Island Expressway is all screwed up here out towards Clove Road because obviously of the weather. There's the expressway at Richmond Avenue. Heading east is busy out towards Victory Boulevard. Victory at Jersey Street. West Shore Expressway at Fresk Kills Creek is a little bit slow. We've certainly seen worse at this time of the morning. Let's go into Manhattan. I'm afraid to even look. Start off here, coming up the Queensboro Bridge. That's a good 15 plus minutes there. Going to Midtown 5th at 49th. Looks like we're doing some Con Ed work. Or is that what they're even called anymore? I'm not even sure. Out by St. Patrick's Cathedral and Rockefeller Center. This is actually just south of that area. 7th to 34th, just kind of normal Midtown traffic. A lot of umbrellas up. Yep, that's what got to do. Southbound FDR at the RFK Triborough is just slammed with traffic. Doesn't really ease up until you get to 96. The FDR at the Brooklyn Bridge, things are fine. Look at this Henry Hudson just getting buried in traffic here this morning as you head south of the George, all the way in towards the lower 100s, West Street at the Intrepid, Henry Hudson at 96. That is fine. Let's go on over to Queens now. And again, I'm afraid to even look as well. The belts here at 158 actually doesn't look terrible. That's westbound coming towards us this morning. The BQE here, a lot of puddles and whatnot at Broadway. Grand Central 188 is busy in either direction there. Again, be careful. Potentially some standing water in those right lanes with the drainage. Jackie Robinson at Forest Park Drive is kind of moving. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. Midtown Tunnel probably well over 35 minutes or so. This is the LIE going west up the hill at Queens Boulevard. There's nowhere to move there. Look at the Van Wyck out by Hillside Avenue. Again, just a mess of traffic. Same thing at the Grand Central Interchange and Kew Gardens. And then this is the westbound LIE at the BQE. That doesn't look bad. So maybe I'll push those numbers down to about 20 minutes or so at the QMT. Let's finish up with our Brooklyn cameras, and we'll take a look at that. There's the belt getting off the Verrazano at Bay 8th. The eastbound heads away. Just a mess of traffic at the Bay Parkway, Cropsey Avenue. The belt at Flatbush, westbounders come towards us. That is a mess. BQE here getting into the trench. Coming off the Gowanus ramp is heavy, obviously. Looks like the DOT zoomed it in underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. A little bit of standing water. Yeah, that's what we're seeing here. And you can see the big puddles there, so be careful. Get out of that right lane. I'm sure it's passable, but this drain always goes underwater, literally goes underwater no matter any time it rains. And hopefully that's on the list to maybe clean that drain out or something. This is the BQE at Sackett that's inbound coming towards us. This is out at Atlantic is heavy. This is the Gowanus Prospect Interchange. You got nowhere to go there. Inbound Gowanus is just an awful ride here at 37th through Industry City. And both ways, the BQE getting up to the Kosciuszko Bridge is down by Metropolitan Avenue, and the Williamsburg Bridge is just a mess. Let's go to the MTA. Let's give you the fresh update here across the board. We will start things off this morning. Let's bring the maps up. There we go. We've got some delays on the 3 train. Train's brakes were activated at 145th. Investigating that. Some delays on the R train. Just crew availability there. Let's go to the rails. Take a look at Metro North and Long Island Railroad. Things are fine. Again, the substitute busing Ronkonkoma to Greenport until 5 o'clock this afternoon. All right, so we're going to kind of retire the city here for the morning. Kind of the Cross Bronx is the big issue, and then just weather-related delays here. Look at this. I mean, it's barely even moving on this LI. This is probably going to run you at least well over an hour in either direction from essentially the BQE all the way out to Long Island, maybe even longer than that. Same thing on the Grand Central. The Cross Island is just hammered here all the way up to the upper East River crossings. This is all weather related, friends. It is. This is what the deal is here this morning. All right, so 8:16 is our time. Let's what we'll do. Let's bring in Mr. Jon Rocco's forecast for this morning. I think we kind of all know what the deal is here. This is brought to you by Jon Rocco, our meteorologist in training at Rutgers University. You can follow him at Jon Rocco, JonRoccowX, for the latest updates after we come off the air here in about the next 15 minutes or so. So again, a rainy start, as we obviously know that here this morning. We'll take a look at this radar. This was the last update was 7 minutes ago from our friends at the National Weather Service. Really, the only spot that's dry now is eastern Long Island, from Riverhead east and then up towards New Haven. And that section, it looks like this rain is coming this way, kind of on this trajectory here. Again, seeing a lot of just steady rain, nothing severe of any type at this point. Just a lot of steady rain throughout the 5 boroughs and up towards the North Shore of Long Island. It's starting to dry up a little bit here, maybe in northern Sussex County, and starting to shut off here a little bit through Wayne and Pompton Lakes onto Route 80 or so, but further out towards Hackettstown, still coming down at a pretty good clip. And then all throughout Essex and Bergen counties, the lower Westchester, seeing a lot of rain. Same thing over towards southwestern Connecticut, Stamford, and towards Westport and Fairfield, Bridgeport. Looks like the Hudson Valley is settling down a little bit, but there's still some, moderate rain here along 84, coming out towards 17 in Florida, Chester, Monroe, Harriman. And then down the shore, we're seeing some more moderate rain here, getting out towards the Trenton area. Now the shore points are all enveloped in rain this morning. A bit heavier shower here as we make our way towards just before Lambertville, New Hope, Pennsylvania, just right on the border along the Delaware River. And it looks like it's going to be coming down this way. So Trenton in this area, you could be up next here with some of this heavier rain this morning. So again, just give yourself a lot. I'd say add at least another half an hour towards your morning commute until we can kind of get some of this out of here. Hopefully in the next hour and a half or so, some of these showers will start to dry things up here in North Jersey. But again, we'll keep an eye on it. Let's go back to Jon's forecast here this morning. Again, our temperatures into the mid 60s to lower 70s here in the Garden State. Same thing in the 5 boroughs into the mid 60s, on over towards the mid 60s. Again, temperatures pretty much uniform here all across Long Island, on over towards the Hudson Valley, and towards the lower 60s, depending on where you are in Middletown, Poughkeepsie, and Patterson. Same thing with southwestern Connecticut. Again, mid to upper 60s. Again, the cloud cover of the rain is really holding a lot of these temperatures back. So here's Jon's forecast. Morning showers and storms, then mainly cloudy for the rest of today. Temps here in Cherry Hill and Trenton, 81, 80, probably a struggle to get to that point, I think. A little cooler to the east at 73 in Islip, 77 in Freehold, and 75 in Cape May. Again, once we get through these showers today, another potential round of storms for tomorrow afternoon. And some of those could be maybe a little heavier than what we're seeing now, although there is, fairly decent shot of rain out here this morning. So Jon will have more on his Facebook and Twitter pages. He'll be back with us again tomorrow morning for that forecast. We'll let you know for the morning ride. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, nothing right now as far as any weather threats. And we're going to show you the 7-day forecast now because, again, we're wrapping up early this morning. Here's the exclusive 7-day forecast for the Tri-State Traffic Show. 77 here for this morning, up to 91. Again, 90 into the lower 90s for tomorrow. So it's going to be a scorcher, one of those hot, steamy, summery days. And I think those isolated afternoon showers and potential thunderstorms are going to kind of sanitize the air, because look at that. It's going to drop almost 20 degrees for a high temperature on Saturday. It's going to be absolutely refreshing. It's like somebody turned on the air conditioner for outside, right? Sunday for Father's Day, 77 degrees, absolutely gem min 10 day there. And 80 for Monday, looking good. Next threat of showers is on Tuesday at 77, and then 82 on Wednesday. So a little unsettled here the next 48 hours, but then once we get into the weekend, I think we're setting up for a really nice 3-day weekend. So if you can maybe call out on Monday, take a little PTO, that would be a good idea to have a nice 3-day weekend. Go to a lot of graduations coming up for the public schools, at least here in New Jersey, this upcoming week. So I'm sure, I know for a fact, trust me, I've got firsthand knowledge on the fact that teachers are So happy the school year is ending. Yeah. So I'll leave it at that. But anyway, we thank John for the forecast. He'll be back with us tomorrow morning. All right. So we want to bring in our sponsor. That is my good friend Ralph over at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. And we enjoy his ice cream so much. He's a proud sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. You can find him at 22 North Avenue West in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is Ralph's phone number, and his website is cranfordvanillabeancreamery.com. And definitely head on over, and you can see some of the great ice cream here: coffee ice cream, Cookie Monster, M&M Explosion, vanilla chocolate. I can't read that there. I should know it by heart by now. Vanilla chocolate super crunch. There we go. He also makes some awesome sorbets, the lemon, the blood orange, as well as my favorite, the peach mango. That is back for another season. Also, he has, the core three, the vanilla chocolate strawberry, bananas Foster. He just makes some of the best ice cream anywhere to be found. He also has these great ice cream sandwiches, the flying saucers, the chip witches, kind of a staple there. Just absolutely delicious stuff, I should say. Here's a look of just the inside of the shop there. Again, peanut butter cup. He has toasted coconut, another popular flavor here, especially as you get the warmer weather. He has the Dole Whip as well as the Raspberry Whip. It's similar kind of what you get down in Disney World or even out in Hawaii at the Dole farm there. Really, it's so good. So good. So good. So bring a little taste of Hawaii to the East Coast and the Garden State. Also, another big seller for Ralph is the ice cream cakes. As I said, Father's Day is in a couple days on the 19th. We've also got a lot of graduations, as I mentioned, as well, wrapping up the school year. So, again, these awesome ice cream cakes, that pillowy, soft vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream, the chocolate crunchies in the center. Magnifique. Just perfect. You can also make the cakes with any of the ice cream that he has in the dipping case as well. It takes a little longer for that, but these are your classic staple cakes from the Vanilla Bean Creamery. And we thank Ralph for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so let's go back to our list of things happening all around the world. And right? Trying to sing or do anything here at this time of the morning, a little rough on the pipes. So let's head over to we are going to wrong there, so we bring out this. There we go. We will go to the Long Island area just to check up here, a spot audit check, as my computer is now frying away. We got to do something here with this computer soon. I just don't know what to do. Wish they would have brought out that Mac Mini. Damn you, Apple. Damn you. Get more of my money that I don't want to spend. But anyway, so the northern state west, there's an accident there out by the LIE. Eastbound northern, another crash here out by Minetto Hill Road. Left lane canceled. Wow, I've been doing this a long, long time. That's a new one. Left lane is canceled. It's just canceled. Wow, interesting. Okay. And then west on the LIE, we've got a crash here. HOV lane is shut at the Sandy Coast in 53. So look for that. And then 107 is still shut down out by Fruitledge Road and Wheatley Road, and that's because of a down utility pole and wires. Let's see if we can bring in those cameras really quick. Again, we're only up here for about the next 5-8 minutes or so. I got to get things set up for our show, our program on NJ On Air. Let me see if I can show you that LIE crash. I think it's right in here. Wow, man, there's a lot of traffic here to 52. Oof, boy, that is just ugly. Who says that traffic isn't important? There's many in certain media that think that traffic's not important. You tell me. You tell those drivers out there. Tell them. Go ahead. I dare you. You're gonna get a lot of 4-letter words out your way. So okay, here it is. Just before Deer Park Avenue, that HOV lane is shut, so everyone's got to cross over that line into the right. Don't worry about crossing over the double line. They're not going to give you a ticket or anything. They're just worried about, obviously, the situation there. with the crash. So hopefully no one's injured. You can see the flashing lights there this morning. So that is really taking its toll on the westbound LIE. Again, this is right in here, back to the Sandy Coast Parkway. The Sandy Coast is heavy coming up towards the LIE. So seeing our normal traffic there, and then just Nassau County, it's just stay home here at this point. I think work from home. Wantagh is just a mess. Southern State is just a disaster all the way across the board. It's about all I can say for that. That's all I'm going to say about that, right? We go up to Connecticut now. I'm going to do a spot check here of Connecticut issues this morning. Let's bring in that. Any incidents, just delays there on 95, basically from 25 all the way down to exit 5. The Merritt is heavy 53 to 35. And that ramp to the northbound side, again, northbound 95 off of the 8 and 25 in Bridgeport is still shut there with an overturned tractor trailer. So look for that. We'll bring in our incident page for Hudson Valley because we're coming down the time here this morning. I apologize for that, but we just have to do what we have to do, right? Let's that's the Rip Van Winkle. The northbound thruway at the Tappan Zee, left and center lanes are closed there. That's a new one. Palisades North, the ramp, everything is shut there, and that's been out there from very early this morning. 684 South, out by the airport, and 120. We got a crash there. 84 East, down Tree, east of exit 69. One lane is shut there. South on the Hutch, we've got a crash at East Lincoln Avenue, and also the Taconic, a broken down vehicle going south of Pines Bridge Road. I'm going to very quickly, as I say that, we're going to finish up here in just about 3 minutes time. I want to go over towards the Hudson. I want to see what that situation is with the blah 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 with where am I going, Smitty? Where am I going? Here, getting onto the Tappan Zee Bridge. No live camera at this time. Probably all out at this time. So there it is. Ooh. Tractor trailer. Boy, there's a lot of emergency apparatus here. This is going into Rockland County, Rockland bound. Tappan Zee, I should say. Yeah. So I don't know if this is jackknifed or there's another vehicle in front of it and they cleared it. Have the heavy wreckers on scene. It sounds like a Discovery Channel show. So yeah, so that is really huge problem there this morning. That's why we're backed all the way through getting out of Elmsford. This is probably going to run you at least another 20-25 minutes or so. Some light rubbernecking delays coming in from into Westchester out of Rockland. Our delays get back to interchange 14. So a couple of issues here crossing the Hudson. First at the Tappan Zee going into Rockland County, about a half an hour there, and well over 90 minutes or so west on the Cross Bronx here this morning. And that is all because of that accident investigation still ongoing. Let me just briefly check out to see if that cleared, because I have a feeling it may have, but we'll see. No, it's still here. Still here. It's been out there for a couple hours now, closing up that left lane. So again, just be mindful of that. All right. So let me, there's Ralph, our sponsor, Crime for Vanilla Bean Creamery, crimeforvanillabeancreamery.com. We thank Ralph for the sponsorship there. Also, my friend Darlene Newman, there's her website, darlene-newman.com. Check her new season out on PBS, Travels with Darley. Also, NJPBS has that brand new program called Look Up with Darley. Really a great program. I would highly suggest, if you have a few minutes, to try to find that. Really some great stuff. We will go to, where am I going to go? I wanted to show you the website for, I thought I had it loaded up here. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. So go here. Okay, on air. So that is where you're going to find the show that I'm going to be on here in less than 30 minutes now. njonair.com is the websites. Let's close out some of these websites because we don't need all of this, and that's why the computer is just hitting the brakes. So there we are. Yep, we're on this morning. Well, this is from last week. So where's the new one? The new one's on here. You just have, it'll come up as the live broadcast for the 16th of June, and it'll automatically pop up here this morning and populate into that program. So again, this is NJ on Air. This is what I was talking to you about earlier. It's going to be big, folks. I am telling you right now. So there I am, Christina Bear, Cara DeFalco, and Mike Favetta, kind of getting the band back together, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah, you want to check that out. It's also streaming on YouTube. There's a Facebook page as well. So definitely go ahead and check out the show here this morning. Again, we are live here in less than 30 minutes at the top of the 9 a.m. hour. All right. So where's the camera? Come on. There we go. Hi. Hi. All right. So, so we're going to end things up here just a bit early. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Please drive safely if you're about ready to hit the roads with these wet conditions. My thinking is some of this weather is just going to get out of here in the next about hour and a half or so. But again, also tune in to meteorologist Mike Favetta. Meteorologist and trained Jon Rocco is his assistant making the graphics for Mikey there in the Weather Center as well. So you're going to get a combination of two meteorological minds coming together in one. So give us a watch there. So with that said, I'm going to let it go here for this morning, and we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.